The morning in Tyneside began with that biting chill so typical of the northeast of England, but the air felt heavier than usual. Along the streets surrounding St. James Park, supporters hurried by, chatting over coffee and newspapers about something few could pinpoint. There were rumours, cross-conversations, and a buzz that grew by the hour. Something big was about to surface, something involving one of the most respected names in the Newcastle United squad, but no one was quite sure what it was. They only knew that the club was moving behind the scenes, and that an important decision could change the course of the season. Yet, what drew the most attention wasn't what was happening on the pitch, but the silence echoing through the club's inner corridors. The board avoided public statements, and even Eddie Howe seemed more reserved in recent interviews. It was the kind of calm that precedes a storm, and fans could already sense that a secret was being kept under lock and key. If you're a Newcastle supporter and want to keep up with everything happening in and around St. James Park, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. Here, you'll get the hottest updates and straight-to-the-point analysis about our beloved Magpies, always with reliable sources and language tailored for true fans. Among the many rumors spreading, one in particular stood out. It involved a document, a clause, something that could secure or completely alter the future of one of the squad's most beloved players. Some local journalists hinted at the possibility of an unannounced contract extension. Others claimed the club was taking financial precautions amid ongoing discussions about debts and budget control. It was as if a parallel story was being written, hidden from public view, yet destined to have a major impact on Newcastle's future. In Tyneside's pubs, supporters debated passionately. Some believed it was just gossip, while others were convinced there was something much deeper behind it all. "Things like this don't leak for no reason," one of them said, eyes fixed on the TV showing the club's crest. And indeed, they don't. The name that began to emerge more frequently in those conversations was Sandro Tonali, the Italian midfielder who, despite recent ups and downs, had won over the hearts of the fans and the respect of his teammates. But what exactly was happening with Tonali? And here's where it all starts to make sense. According to information published by Chronicle Live and confirmed by internal Newcastle sources, Sandro Tonali is reportedly involved in a far more complex contractual situation than anyone initially imagined. The midfielder, who had signed a deal running until 2028, is said to have a secret automatic extension clause taking him to 2029 with an additional optional year up to 2030. This detail, kept under wraps for almost a year, has now come to light amid ongoing discussions about the club's financial impact and new negotiations led by sporting director Ross Wilson. According to those same sources, Newcastle United are open to reviewing Tonali's salary terms, not only as recognition for his performances but also as a strategy to strengthen mutual commitment. The player, who returned in great form after his suspension for involvement in illegal betting, has been a key figure in Eddie Howe's system. And from the looks of it, this contractual extension was a silent move designed to protect the club from potential approaches by major Italian sides. Speaking of those approaches, both Juventus and AC Milan have reportedly been monitoring the player's situation closely for months. Both have shown interest in bringing him back to Serie A, but according to The Athletic, Tonali's market value is deemed prohibitive for either club's finances. Newcastle, aware of this, appear confident they can keep the midfielder for many years to come, especially now that the new deal has been revealed. If you're a fan who believes the club should keep valuing its core players, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Here, you'll stay up to date with every behind-the-scenes move and truly understand what's happening across Tyneside. In a recent interview, Tonali was asked about the possibility of returning to Italy. His response was diplomatic, yet revealing. "You never know what might happen. I tell everyone it's possible. I'm not closing the door to Italy, it's my country. Maybe not now, because I found my balance at Newcastle, but the league is getting better. The level of teams is rising." Words had left supporters divided, some reassured that he's happy at the club, others fearful that one day he might seek new challenges back in Italy. Behind the scenes, Ross Wilson, Newcastle's new sporting director, has prioritized stability. Sources close to the club say he views Tonali as a cornerstone of the long-term project, alongside players like Bruno Guimaraes. The goal is clear: to build a solid foundation composed of committed players who fit Eddie Howe's style of play. For that reason, Tonali's secret clause might not just be a contractual formality. It could be proof that Newcastle are thinking big, planning their future with intelligence and patience. Paul Scholes, Manchester United legend and one of the greatest midfielders in Premier League history, even commented on Tonali during a broadcast. "I love Tonali at Newcastle. He's got intensity, technique, and vision. He's a player who makes the team tick." Those words resonated across social media, reinforcing how highly regarded the Italian has become even outside Tyneside. Amid the club's rebuilding efforts and the financial pressures of FFP, Tonali has become more than just a player. He's a symbol of resilience and commitment. Eddie Howe, meanwhile, has made it clear that Tonali is a central figure in his tactical system. In a recent interview, the manager said, "Technically he's exceptional. We want to see him on the ball more often, advancing, creating, finishing, playing as a number 8. He also needs to be a constant threat to goal. Those words show not only the manager's confidence but also how deeply the club believes in Tonali's potential as one of its leaders. What's striking is that, despite all the talk about debt and financial restrictions, Newcastle seem unwilling to stop investing in their squad. According to Football Insider, the board view Tonali as a strategic asset, someone capable of attracting new sponsors and consolidating the club's sporting project. That confidence reflects a management approach seeking balance between spending and sustainable growth. But the story doesn't end there. The secret clause, according to sources close to the player, was a demand made by the club's previous administration to ensure long-term stability. However, with Ross Wilson's arrival and the club's new transparency policy, revisions could take place. The idea is to adjust financial details without disrupting the overall wage structure. This shows Newcastle are learning to deal with success and the pressure that comes with being a club on the rise. For supporters, all of this might sound like numbers and clauses, but the truth is that every one of these decisions shapes the future on the pitch. And if you want to keep following every step of this story, from the dressing room to the big moments at St. James Park, make sure to subscribe to the channel now. That way, you won't miss a single update about Newcastle, its stars, and everything surrounding the most passionate club in the north of England. Tonali himself, meanwhile, seems calm about it all. According to people close to the midfielder, he feels at home in Tyneside and appreciates the support he received during the toughest period of his career. After being suspended by FIFA for betting-related offences, the club stood firmly by his side, avoiding any rush to judgment. That gesture of trust seems to have built a bond that's hard to break, a bond that goes beyond football, built on gratitude and loyalty. And you, supporter, what do you think of this behind-the-scenes move? Was Newcastle right to keep Tonali's contract a secret, or could that decision cause problems down the line? Share your thoughts in the comments, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're only just beginning to uncover the secrets of St. James Park and you won't want to miss what comes next.